was a good time to come down here today because I just got my new spectacles. So it's one thing whenever I'm trying to see, I can see really good like right here with one eye, and then I can't see, I'd have to be 12 feet away to see with my other eye. Well, now I can see evenly with both, and then whenever I do like this, I can see up close. But like this, to the top, I can see further away. They're called progressive lenses. So anyway, when I look down, looking for points or pottery or artifacts, I can see everything now. So that definitely makes a difference when looking for something, because I have not been lucky to find anything here lately. But you know what? It's like I say, a bad day at the creek is still better than a good day of doing something that I don't want to be doing, you know? So I come down here, it's nice and quiet, relaxing, hear the rippling water. And then my dogs come down with me. I see them up there now looking for me. They're funny. Here they come. Way up on the hill, they spotted me. And Charlie always finds him a high spot. He'll go hang out on one of those stumps up there and just look around like he's the, you know, like the Lion King guarding his domain, or whatever you call it. Charlie's the king of the hill. Always standing guard. Anyhow, I'm gonna keep looking. There's Scarlet back there, Macy's back there, and Charlie. All right, back to looking. I showed this tree before in one of my other videos, but it's gotten worse as far as having to or losing part of its rooting. Look how much it's having to spread out as the water eats underneath it. It roots all the way over here. It's a monster, but one of these days it's going to go probably this way, most likely. Big tree fell. Check out the old fence, barbed wire fence. I was just thinking another reason I like to come down here, even though it's Christmas Eve and I should be wrapping presents and getting things ready for family coming over tomorrow, just gives me a little bit of time to decompress, you know. And I was thinking about the reason for the season is Jesus Christ's birthday, and of course I'd like to say happy birthday, Jesus. And we should all be very thankful for everything that we have in life. Everybody's got their ups and downs, but you know what, we're here. And maybe I spend too much time down here, but you know what, it's kind of like an addiction, I guess. But there's a whole lot worse things to be addicted to. That's for sure. So I was looking along here and I saw this piece and I pulled it out, and you know, it's most likely it's just a rock, but it made me think about how I probably have 3 times as many pieces like this that I was questioning as I do actual artifacts. But I hang on to everything because the more that I get to know about this stuff, the more I learn about artifacts and what they actually look like, you know. I keep running across, you know, articles or videos of people finding things that turn out to be artifacts that I've never seen before. So you know what, this might be something. If I hang on to it for a while and then I come across a video, somebody else has the exact same thing, which I doubt it in this case. That's just an example. Then, you know, maybe I'll have something after all. So anyway, keep looking. I've just been walking back and forth, looking for points. Look at that. Oh yeah, there's one. Looks like it's missing the tip, but other than that, I'd say with that design, that's probably a woodland period. How about that? Maybe it used to be serrated, but you know, it's a little wore down, but I'll take it. Nice. A little piece of porcelain. This water's really cold. But just going along, seeing if I can see anything. Everything that looks like something, of course I have to pick it up. Just wanted to ask if any of my friends out there have heard of the Solutrean hypothesis. It's basically, you know, we were always taught, some of us were taught in school. It wasn't talked about very much, but whenever you hear about the Native Americans and where did the people come from that were here before us, you know, I always thought it was like they were here, you know, hundreds of years before we got here. And you always heard they come across the Bering Strait, the frozen land bridge of Beringia. You know, but that frozen land bridge was about 900 miles wide, and it started to thaw right after the Ice Age, which I believe was around 14,000 years ago. So then those people started moving down into North America from over in Siberia. And anyway, back to the Solutrean hypothesis, there was a professor that actually went over there once we were allowed back into Russia and that areas. And he said they went looking for the types of points that we find here, and there were none. There were a different type of point made with bone and little pieces of rock pushed into the bone where they had carved out places, kind of like barbs on a knife, I guess. And anyway, but the points that they were finding were actually over in France, Portugal, and Spain, and they belong to the Solutrean culture, which apparently disappeared in that part of the continent 15,000 years ago. So that would fall in line with when the people started showing up here. Oh, and on top of that, they started finding artifacts and stuff over in, like, say, Virginia, North Carolina, different areas, and they dated back to, I've heard, as much as 16,000 years ago. You know, so that changed a lot of things. And if you look back at the Solutrean people and the Ice Age and how far the big ice sheet was out into the Atlantic Ocean at the time, and they also had boats too, I believe. So anyway, they could have come over here on the East Coast from Europe. So anyway, check that out. I'll also try to include a link to the college professor that did all this research, and I'll put that in a link in the description. But if you like what you hear, click like and subscribe. And I would also like to see your comments about the Solutrean hypothesis, who has heard of it and who hasn't heard of it. Because it was new to me up to about 6 months ago. But, you know, it's very interesting because it brings a new light to where did the people come from that settled the North American continent, Central America, and South America. So anyway, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.